Alrighty, Sunday drive, a little dark. I recorded one earlier. I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I figured I'd do it again. And I was hoping to catch more colors with the trees, you know, the fall colors. And they're just not there. They're mostly green. There's little pockets of beautiful colors, so I'll get them maybe like in the next drive or something like that, because they'll start to change pretty quick. The temperatures have dropped, and, you know, we're getting a little bit of rain and everything, a lot of wind, so they'll change. So this is kind of my return flight, working my way back. So I think we're gonna talk about something that might resonate with a lot of people in the watch community. First off, wrist check. You can't see it. It's too dark. It's the Canopy Wake 1 in the DLC black. Of course, I am wearing it on the Strap Habit and Brodinky collaboration FKM pink strap. So that is for the whole month of October. I'm going to be wearing these straps, and that is for the breast cancer awareness for October 2023. So we got Lake Michigan off to our left. Some good colors from the sunset. And I've been to this spot quite a few times. This is the Arcadia Bluffs Lookout. I'm not going to stop, but it's a beautiful spot for sure. And we're recording again. I don't, these GoPros do weird things sometimes. It'll like beep and everything, and I checked it and it wasn't recording, so I think we're recording now. We might be running out of room on the card too. Hard to say. 4K takes up a lot of room, but what I want to talk about real quick, if we can, as we're driving along, hopefully not hitting any critters or anything. Hopefully that wasn't foreshadowing, but whatever. So what if it is? Watches, and how many, like, people will get caught up in having too many, buying too many. And I've said this before, my show, my YouTube channel, that is fantasy land, right? There's no way you should ever consume as many watches as I show. It's just, that's insane, right? I show as many watches as I do because it's a library of reference material for you know, for now and for the future, for people that are maybe looking for different watches or just want to consume that information one way or the other, whether it's to purchase or just learn. That's all it's for, right? It's not to create fear of missing out or you know, like persuade you to necessarily buy a watch. It's a reference material for you to help decide if it's a watch you want to buy. I don't tell people to buy watches. You know, I get asked all the time, should I buy this or should I buy that? That's really not my intent. That's not what I really want to get caught up in doing. So again, you can kind of see off to the distance, hopefully a little bit, Lake Michigan, and then way out there, actually, you got a little glimpse of Sleeping Bear Dunes. Very cool area as well. So just be careful, be mindful, slow down sometimes. People will get too caught up in just consuming watches. I do it myself. I'll buy a lot of watches. I will impulse buy. You know, the way I purchase is going to be different than everyone else, and vice versa. So I can't give advice on how you should purchase your watches or whatever hobby you're doing. That's a personal journey. I've been doing, or it's my personality, right? So I've been that way for a long time. I'm not going to change now. Like, I easily could. You can do behavioral change techniques, but I'm not interested in that. I'm not putting anything at risk with what I'm doing. But additionally, like, part of it's just my YouTube channel too, and that's not the case for everybody. So anyway, I know I didn't come to any conclusion there for you. I'm just saying, be cognizant of that, and you know, make sure you reel yourself in. Make sure you're realistic with your expectations of, you know, consuming watches and accessories and everything like that at a rate that is comfortable for you, your personality, your lifestyle, your finances, all of that stuff. And, you know, a lot of us have a better half too, you know, a spouse or a partner, and you need to find balance there. Be, communicate and, be honest and everything like that too. So that's important as well. That's more important, right, than the watches or the hobby. That your partner, your spouse is supposed to be your best friend. So share that with them, whether they want to hear it or not, and encourage them to do that. There was a rabbit or something. I think it decided to turn around. I didn't hear a thump. So they are fast, but there are many of them. They reproduce. So I think that covers that. I wish I could listen to some of this music. I've been listening to like 80s rock, like a lot of the stuff that was on the radio and stuff like that. I don't know what that is. Somebody's watching me, which is probably factual. Like, hopefully somebody's watching me. So I think that's it. I think that's kind of what I wanted to cover. There might be some other things I wanted to talk about, but they slipped my mind. I can't remember. Watch content. I'm cranking it out, guys. This is the time of year. In case you didn't know, most YouTubers, their earnings will go up based on, views, but also like caliber of advertisers and the amount of advertising that big companies and stuff will start to really spend their budgets and everything. So the income of YouTubers will start to increase a little bit over the next couple of months. It's just like the holiday months, essentially. So that part is pretty cool. Sure could use it because the income has been down, quite a bit. I was expecting a certain level of growth, and it just didn't happen. So, not complaining. It's a side gig anyway, guys. I have a day job that is a good day job, so I have no complaints with how the channel is working. All thanks to you guys. Obviously, I put in work, but you guys watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. I never ask in video for people to do that. I think you're smart enough to decide if that's something you want to do on your own. You don't need me trying to sell you on the idea of it. Try not to bright the oncoming traffic. A lot of times I won't even use my brights. It's nice to be able to see better for critters and stuff, but you don't want to overdrive your headlights anyway. And I find that if you use the brights, I can see better, I can go faster, and then when I turn them off, then I'm overdriving them. So, meaning when I say overdrive, I mean I'm driving faster than I should be because I can't see. You shouldn't be driving faster than what you can see, unless you're like on a closed course or something, and you're confident of the turns and everything. Then of course, that's why race car drivers can overdrive in different environments with like fog or rain or anything like that, is because it's muscle memory. They know the course, so they know their abilities in those environments. But a lot of it is just because it's a closed course. Babble. I just wanted to decompress, man. I've been I usually take the weekends off from making videos. Not this weekend. I've been just playing catch up. There's some last minute videos that needed to be made, and then there's some prior commitments that I need to like wrap up and take care of those as well. So been working on those, getting those done. I'm nearly caught up. I think after when I get home from this drive, I'll hopefully have a few minutes to maybe do like one more video. Resonance. I don't know how to pronounce it. I gotta learn it. That crazy automatic oil-filled watch where the hands are going in all different directions. They're crazy expensive, but I've already started studying it a little bit. They're insane. They're bonkers. Like to the point where I wish I had the funds to like buy stuff like that at that level. I just don't. I'm more of a Seiko and G-Shock guy, and that's most of us are in that same category where the right back down to that 500. Even with the cost of everything going up and everything, I still find myself comfortable with that $500 watch, where I can buy like a few of them occasionally. You go past that and it's just like, man, I got to really start to kind of think about it and decide priorities and everything. So, you know, but when you build up a collection of like around 100 watches, like you can assess that and be like, all right, well, you know, these 10, they can go. You know, I'll take the hit on them. I'll take the flipper tax, sell those, and then I can fund a purchase, you know. And that's probably a good way to do that. Over time, it takes time. When I say I have 100 watches, guys, well, A, that's because I have a YouTube channel. B, I've been doing this like 5 or 6 years or 7 or 8 or 10 or something. I don't know. But long enough where you start to, you know, have more and more of whatever you're in that hobby. You know, if you just started out like new to the channel or new to the hobby, don't get caught up on definitely, actually, for anybody, comparison is the thief of joy. I forgot who quoted that, but someone very wise, and it is absolutely true. You know, don't think you need to, because somebody posts up a Zin 104, it's like, oh, you know what, I really need a Zin 104. No, you don't. You don't need a Zin 104. You're probably fine with the Seiko 5KX you're wearing, or Dress KX, or whatever you're wearing. Like, you don't have to have a watch just because you're like, that thing is crazy cool looking. You can just enjoy looking at the watch on a picture or whatever on somebody else's wrist and move on and have something else, you know. I like the way Ferraris look. I don't need to have one. Now, if I had Ferrari kind of money and it was a responsible purchase, absolutely, I'd probably have one. But I'd just stay within your comfort zone is my point. And definitely don't use comparison. If you buy the watches that you like because you like them, with trying to block as much outside influence as you can, you'll probably find yourself having much more interesting watches to other people too. Like, other people might pay notice of that, versus if you just have, oh, he's wearing a Seiko SKX or whatever ordinary watch you want to pick, or a G-Shock Square, versus like if you had something more unique and bizarre than the other 10 people that are wearing the Seiko SKX in this, you know, fantasy world where everyone's wearing watches and we're all looking at each other's watches and talking about it, then you're going to stand out. And I think that's cooler than having the marquee iconic watches. So a lot of these videos, best 5 watches, best 10 watches, yeah, go ahead and watch that video. But to me, it makes more sense to like actually put all of those watches listed in those videos, the big videos, in my I'm not gonna buy that watch category. That's just legit how I operate. That is basically, it helps me go like, okay, not buying that, because A, they were already marquee watches in the first place, that's why they made the list, and B, whatever big YouTuber just told everybody else out there that was maybe naive to the fact that that was a marquee watch, that this is the watch you should buy. No, maybe don't. Maybe look somewhere else. There's a ton of other really cool watches. You don't need to rely on someone telling you what the best way. It's not like you're shopping for a TV or something, you know, tech device or something where like it's actually proven like this is a better picture quality, right? And the processor's better or whatever. Like, yeah, fine, go buy that, because you're not, you know, our watches are more of an expression of yourself. The watch doesn't make you, you make the watch, right? So I say use this opportunity to wear this piece of luxury item or jewelry to express yourself, not to fit in with everybody else with this is the watch you should buy. Does that make sense? All right, I'm out of here. I need to drive and I gotta watch for critters. I'll see you on the next vid.